Hello everyone and welcome to my July budget close down. I'm doing this a day early, so then some numbers might be a bit off, but to be honest, all my direct debits have come out. It's literally, I think, just hair and beauty that might be a little bit discrepant, but I'll try and pick that up in the new budget or at some point. So yeah, just because I'm getting my hair done tonight and I can't remember how much the trial was because I think I've already paid a deposit, so I think it's only going to be about £25 additional to that, but yeah, I just need to double check. So yeah, July, so I had quite a bit going on. So I was in the office quite a bit, and then we just generally had quite a few different bits and bobs going on. So let's see how this all worked out. Did quite a lot of wedding shopping, which was good. Hobbies and entertainment spend. So yeah, let's have a squiz. So I'm going to actually go to the budget first and then we'll go down to the close down. I always do this different every time, I think. So budget, let me zoom in so you can probably hopefully see it a bit clearer, she says, trying to zoom in. So the budget for July, I had £3,040 budgeted for my salary and expenses, and that actually was £3,047.87. Water bill came out, so for sinking funds I actually added an additional £175 to the budget. And also what I didn't realise is I hadn't taken any money out of my emergency fund for this month, so I just paid that out of the budget, which was good, so I didn't actually have to withdraw it, so that was good. So I had £20 come in from my partner, who always transfers me £20 for the council tax, but I had additional £27 come in from a friend, so because we went to an escape room while my partner was on his stag do, so he's paying for that. Two things, right, escape rooms are now real bloody expensive. Like, I'm sure it used to be like £20, and even that for an hour is like insane, but I get it, it's set up. This one was £27, and I won't lie to you, it was the shittest escape room I've ever been in. Bear in mind, I've done quite a few. It was so badly ran, the guy who was doing it was just a bit all over the place, and then none of it was like automated. Like, they obviously pressed a button to make the next thing happen, and then he would like be over the tunnel like, can you move out the way because I don't know whether you've done it or not. And we were like, I'm okay. And then the radio where they like give you hints and tips was all in like another room. Like, there was 3 rooms we had to do, and you just couldn't hear it. So yeah, I was a bit like, especially as one of my friends had gone, it was the first time her doing an escape room, she's like, I don't know why you guys rave about these. And I was like, honestly, they are really good, except this one just happens to be particularly shit, so I didn't know how to describe that really. I thought we had £945 carryover. It actually came to £971. I haven't looked into where that extra 30 came from, and yeah, I didn't get around to doing it, so it is what it is. Total is £4,240.84. Then I don't think there was anything major that changed in the fixed. These are all as expected. So what I do is I round up to the whole number with the budget. So the only new thing was water bill. So I only had £175 saved in water bill, and it actually came to £183.12. So what I need to do is I'm basically upping it from next month to, rather than £30 a month, I'm doing £35, and then I've got a bit of a buffer if it's less than that or whatnot. I think it's because it's the summer and I've been watering a lot of plants and using like generally a lot more water, but either way I'll just keep it at 35, and we've always got that buffer in, I think. So yeah, these are all as expected, so they're all fine. MB&A is obviously a bigger one, and this is the last month of my Tesco direct debit because I have paid my Tesco off, so you won't be seeing this anymore, or if you do, it's £0. MB&A, £205 was the minimum this month. Next month I've fixed it at £200 because it's 3% of the balance. So I'll basically be overpaying in the minimum payment, but at least the minimum payment's fixed, so I can work out my fixed every month. I didn't want it just going down. I thought, actually, you know what, let's overpay it slightly. I might be doing a separate debt video to go through that a little bit more detail, and like my Excel and how I work it all out. So if you're interested, let me know. They tend to get more likes and stuff, so not likes but more views and stuff, so I probably will do one anyway, but I just do it for my own. I'm such a nerd, I just love doing my own like Excel and stuff. I was applying for this new job, and in my CV my partner was like, you're such a swot. it's like hobbies and interests, and I said like data and Excel, and he's like, the thing is they will think you're a suck up, but he's like, I know for sure you love a spreadsheet and you love an Excel. And I was just like, I do, I'm a big nerd. But anyway, so that actually came to £1,747.48, which left £2,493.80 left over. Then I had all this mix up with the credit card because I had the refund on it for this Jamaica cock up I had. Originally they were going to bill me £5, so I budgeted the £5, and then because I'd spent stuff on the card up to the point where they billed me, they carried it up, so it actually came to £84.74, which was a little bit annoying. So yeah, there is that. So that was what it was. It was fine, like I had the money, but it was just annoying in terms of how they bill it. So I was just a bit unsure of what my actual bill was, which I've never had with my credit card. Usually they're very good on what it is, and I can trace exactly what expenses are and what sinking funds I could take out. But for this, I couldn't even understand the statement. I was like, it was really confusing. So that was really quite annoying. Joint account, budgeted 300, got 300. Eating out, budgeted 200, it got 200. I do have money spare from eating out, but I'll go through that when I go through the pots. Hobbies and entertainment, budgeted 60, it got 60. Home improvement, I got these two mixed up the other day. Budgeted 40, it actually got 25 just because of the way I do like my rolling challenges. As of next month, home improvement and home maintenance are going to be combined. Because I've got a specific target I want to get to, and I'm not going to do rolling challenges, so I think I'm going to put the Essex cash stuffing Easter hop challenge and the rainbow roller races to one side temporarily. I'm going to come back to using those challenges because they are quite nice challenges, but yeah, for now we've got a specific thing in mind, so I've created new challenges for them. Hair and beauty got 100, budgeted, an additional 100 came on, but then there was an additional £76 from last month. I added in, but I hadn't added into the budget. That was just left over from eating out. And because I had my hair trial, I was just conscious. I wanted to make sure I had enough in for that. So I'm not taking it at a wedding. I'm taking it from my own hair beauty. So I added that in. So it actually got 176. But I just put in the brackets because I didn't actually add it to the total, just to confuse things. So in total, that came to £769.74 just because of the additional Virgin credit card. And then left over is £1,724.06. Moving on to variable sinking funds. So electronics, budgeted 40, it got 40. So I do the 2025 Essex Cash Stuffing sort of stars challenge for that one. Emergency fund extra overpayment, so budgeted 80, so that's £20 a week, and it actually got £45. Debt extra over, budgeted 60, thinking I needed to pay off 60 on Tesco 2, but because of the 30 minimum payment that came out, I'd already paid that, so I actually only put 30 towards it. I didn't put it towards the next credit card purely because I'd overspent ever so slightly because of this cock up, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave it and I'll just put more in next month if I can. Home improvement, budgeted 60, it got 35. Again, with that home improvement, I do the roller races, so again I must have rolled a few 5s and 15s on that one. Holiday, so all the extra over money this month went into holiday, so anytime these ones were less, it's because I reallocated them to holiday. So rather than £40, I actually put in 110. I did that because we're going to Tuscany next month and the flights were 180. We still need to look at transfers and just generally having a bit of money when we're out there, so it's quite useful to have that extra money going in. Health, budgeted 40, got 40. Odds and evens, budgeted 40, got 35, so pretty much the same, but again that's a roller it's a roll challenge. Future, we put in 960, that because the refund from the credit card, so and yeah, got 960. Christmas, budgeted 90, and actually there was £10 reallocation because I picked out like 30 or something, so I had to allocate that one in, so that's fine. Family birthdays, budgeted 40, got 40. Moving on, so general annual, so I put £30 a month in for all my annuals, which are my general ones, i.e. non-big ones, like ones that are like £60 here or £30 here or £20 here. So they go in one big pot, and then as and when I need to withdraw from that pot, I just will transfer it across. But I've worked out sort of all of them for the year, and a monthly cost of about £30 a month goes towards those. Water bill is a specific annual, and that's every 6 months. Obviously this month it came out. So I budgeted £30 for this month. It got £30 for this month. Then it all obviously got withdrawn. But as of next month, I'll be putting in 35. And my IC fees, I got refunded through work, so I'm not adding anything more to that. I'm just getting what the refund was, and then the interest will accrue in case that fee does go up next year. So I'm hoping that will sort it out. So credit card expenses actually came, so rather than £160 I budgeted for the train, it was actually about 97, but then I spent more on fuel. Work expenses came to £13, and then there was other, which will get taken out of sinking funds next month, so it will come to about £260. So we only have £229 to carry over next month, but that'll basically come from the other fund. So basically the way I work my credit card is parking, train, fuel and general work expenses come out of my expenses that get reimbursed through my work, but it's this other line that I just need to make sure I take out of my sinking funds to basically pay the Virgin Atlantic next month. So that's how I work it. So anything I roll over is essentially should match up with the amount on my Virgin credit card. So the only thing to now go through is go through where our pots are up to and close out the penny savings challenge. So let me just zoom in ever so slightly. So emergency fund, I've got two accounts for my emergency fund. I've got one that's my Monzo account where I put all my extra over money when I do my challenges. That goes directly into my Monzo account, but that basically feeds monthly into my Nationwide Saver. So this is a fixed ISA account. It's at 6.5%, so I can put in up to £200 a month into it. So what I do is I take £150 out of the Monzo, and then I add from the budget an additional £50, and that then goes in. So this has gone from £800 that month to up to £1,000, and you can see then that the Monzo's gone down, so it's gone down by £50 this month because I obviously took some money out. So £80 was budgeted, £45 actual, and £3.07 interest. So £80 in extra over is budgeted, so I do £20 a week, but because I roll a dice, that is 5, 15, 10, up to 20. Not all of that will go in. So for this month, for instance, it got reallocated to holiday. Holiday, £40 was budgeted, £115 actual, and £180 I took out to go in the sinking funds credit card, and that's to cover my flights. But these ones are all at 3.75%. These are all pots in Monzo, so they accrue interest, which is good. Christmas, we're up to £647.16. So I budgeted 90, I actually put an additional £10 in, which is reallocation from home, and it also got £1.66 interest. Odds and evens, so this one is my yearly challenge, so I budget £10 a week for this one, and again it's a roll the dice challenge. So £40 was budgeted, but 35 was actually transferred. And this all sits in a pot together, all accrues interest together, but I've got specific categories that I stuff each week into it, depending on what the dice rolls. So at the end of the year, this money will get unstuffed and be reallocated to those categories. Penny saving and roundabout cowboy I'll come back to, but this is the difference, so I need to add that into the penny savings challenge. General annuals is up to £201.05, so £30 budgeted and 52p in interest. Water bill is now at 0, so I added 30 and then £175 was withdrawn. Health, I'm up to £162.25, so £40 and 45p in interest this month. Birthdays, I'm down to £132.48, so I budgeted £40. James put in an additional £35, but that went straight onto my credit card because that's where I bought his Kindle from. And again, I withdraw £135 for Kindle. So what you'll see next month is I'll be putting it towards James and my dad, but I've essentially already paid for James's anyway, so it just is basically building it back up. Home maintenance is up to £170.24, so I budgeted 60, I actually got £35, 43p in interest, and 25p went to holiday, and £5 went to Christmas. Wedding, got a big dip because we had our food payment, our venue payment, our registrar payment. We bought some flower girl dresses, but we did add £960, which we budgeted. So this one's slightly lower interest just because it's a joint account. Electronics is now up to £271.20, so £40 was budgeted and 65p in interest. Sinking fund credit card was at 0, but I've added the escape room amount because that went on my credit card. So I've spent £15 in Co-op, and that was for a gift, so I've taken £15 out of my gifts. Uber, so we took an Uber back from my partner's colleague's birthday, so I took that out of joint, and I've got 2 lots of 180 in flights and stuff, so that's basically in the pot ready to go for next month to pay off next month's credit card. Hair beauty, well, I say next month, actually it'll be, some of it's to pay off next month, and it just because of the way they bill it, it's actually going to be, they bill it weirdly on like the 12th, so because some of these were after the 12th, they're actually going to come out in the August, but it stays in this sinking fund pot ready to go when I need it to pay the credit card, and it also accrues interest while it's in there, so it made sense. Whereas these ones are all virtual cards, so these don't get any interest, but I have a card linked to it, so these are very similar to if you had a cash stuffing envelope in your purse. These are sort of like my purse envelopes. So hair beauty clothes was at £29, it got that additional 76, but now it's at 126, so £100 was budgeted, an additional 76 in eating out for June got added, but £52 went on Amazon, so I got loads of hair stuff on Amazon Prime Day, so I've stocked up for like a good couple of months on that. It's like this Aussie SOS hair stuff. I also spent £25.73 on a wedding hat for my mum and a potential like cape shawl thing. We'll see if she likes it, she might return it, so again that's up in the air, but that came out of hair and beauty. Hobbies and entertainment was at £13, £60 was budgeted, but then £24 I spent on the pottery shed. So that was, I basically made a, you paint your own pottery, and what I've done for us is, I thought, oh, it'd be nice to do, I see people do like birthday plates, but I thought, oh, I'll do like a wedding plate. So we've done it in the same shape as the wreath that's on the cover of our order of service, and it's all like autumnal colours, and I thought, oh, I can put literally like hang it on the wall as like an anniversary plate, and then obviously every anniversary can use it for eating our wedding cake, and we'll be using it at the wedding for the wedding cake, so I thought, oh, that's quite nice. And then I've also got £14 to come out next month because I bought those acrylic marker type colouring pens, so yeah. Hobbies and entertainment, me being 32 and wanting to do colouring in. Gifts is at £49, so 0 was budgeted for this, but I did withdraw £15 to the sinking fund and credit card for my friend's birthday card, which I spent in Co-op, and then £10.14 was also spent on Moonpig. Home was at 80, it's now at 105, so £40 was budgeted, £25 actual. So yeah, that's just ready to go. But again, we've there's an update on that in terms of we're going to combine home and home maintenance for a bit. So I think what I'll do is have like home, have like 20 quid in the account just to keep in case I need to like pop to B&Q or something, or get something from home. And then actually what we're going to cash stuff is the bigger sinking funds pot, because we are doing our guest bedroom and we're going to purchase quite a few IKEA products. So we're getting a day bed, I've got some furniture I want to get, and I'm basically making it into a craft room. So currently we've got a spare bed in our bedroom. It was a really old one I bought literally when I moved into the house from Welcher, so I think it's about £200, but it is broken. So, and also like we don't use that room for anything other than guests, and we have like guests maybe like 4 or 5 times a year. So I was like, right, let's get a day bed. It can fold out into a double if we need it, but otherwise I can then use it as like a craft room, because the issue is in this office space I've got here, it's just very small and very compact, so I can't really use that for anything, which is not fun. So even doing filming here, it just all feels quite cramped, so it'd be useful to move that all upstairs. And also we're gradually getting more and more wedding stuff, so it'd be nice just to have that contained in one room, whereas currently it's taking up the conservatory, it's taking up James's office and his room, because we're having to move out everything from the guest room when people are staying, whereas when we put in the guest room it's going to have like cabinets and stuff and just be tidier, so you don't mind putting people in the guest room when the stuff's in there. So that is the plan, so we're trying to get that done before wedding. Me just waffling on. Eating out, so I budget £200 a month for eating out, and eating out includes when we go out for nice meals, when I buy coffee in town, when I buy some lunch in town. Like, I don't take that out of our joint if it's just for myself, and I really try not to spend on it or spend excessive, because then I can use this to reallocate into another pot. And recently it's been going to stuff like holiday, hair, beauty and clothes, but I think as of after October it will be going to debt, which would be really useful. So I don't usually spend much over 100 anyway, so this month I've got £93 left, whereas last month I had £76 left, so I obviously reduced that to 0 and I reallocated that to hair, beauty and clothes. This month I've got £93 left, so I'm going to put £3 towards the penny savings challenge, and I'm going to put £90 towards holiday just to top it up, so we've got enough of a buffer for Tuscany. Perfect. So I do just waffle on in these videos, so I'm going to stop there, pause it for a minute and get the penny savings challenge up, and we can then put that money in the penny savings challenge and the round 'em up cowboy. Right, so I've got this all in place. Annoyingly, I've put like the holder here, so I'm having to go round it to do this, but if I actually just twist it, it might be easier that way. So where have I put my calculator? That would help, wouldn't it? Here. Oh, it's literally right in front of my face and I couldn't see it. So let's do we finished with green, so let's do the purple first, which is the penny savings challenge. So we had £9.89 from last month. So the penny savings challenge is roundups I have in my Monzo account. So from all my virtual cards, they don't automatically do it if you've got various cards. You can only really allow one account to do roundups, which is a little bit annoying. But on all my virtual cards, every time I spend on them, if I spent like, you know, £2.15, I'll put like that extra 85p in the penny savings account. I'll just manually do it. So that's what the penny savings challenge is. It's my roundups of change, and then the round 'em up cowboy is the one that is automated from our joint account. So anytime we spend money in our joint account, that goes into another account called round 'em up cowboy, and then ultimately we're going to be putting these both together, and it can go towards something like holiday. So penny savings challenge is £9.89, and we are going to work on £2.88, £2.87. I reckon we can get £2.86 out of it as well, and that leaves £1.28. So let's get that one coloured in. You're getting there with this, but like they are just, it is just so long. I was debating the idea of just putting more money towards it, but I quite like how I do it in terms of it just is ticking along in the background. Like I said, we've not really got a purpose for this. I think we said we're going to put it towards holiday, but obviously now we're going to Tuscany, and then our next holiday is going to be our honeymoon. I don't think we're going to have done it by then, so I think we're just going to keep it, and we might put it towards the house or something. So it was £1.28. Do we have that one through? Yes, we do. The issues with these pens, because they're friction pens, so I can rub them off, they've obviously gone less. So I think these are legit colours. I think that one I rubbed out, but I need to probably do a top up at one point and just double check where we're up to with it. Then round 'em up cowboy, we have £8.42. So we're going to minus £2.85 minus £2.84, and that leaves £2.73, which we have. And you know what, I'm just going to do it in this green, because it's still quite a high number. What I do is if it's a lower number, I can potentially then reallocate it. £2.73, there we go. And that is us all closed down for July. So I'm going to be doing, my next video will be obviously my August budget. Yeah, so if you enjoy this, please watch along, please like, subscribe. I do cash stuffing videos, but I use placeholders just because I do all my banking via Monzo. And so I only really cash stuff my sinking funds, which won't go up and down too much. Well, hope you've enjoyed, and we'll catch up with you soon. Bye.